Now, the forecast here in Boise has really changed. Temperatures in the low 60s and winds, the storyline. Gusting winds earlier today took down many tailgate tents in the lots outside the stadium.
Chaos outside. Chaos. There's barbecues everywhere.
Well, this series history, there isn't much of it. Only the second meeting ever between the Cowboys and the Broncos. As mentioned earlier, Oklahoma State, the first Big 12 team to ever visit Boise State in the regular season. These two teams met in the home-and-home series back in 2018 in Stillwater. It was a lopsided win for Oklahoma State. Boise State will begin with the ball. Oklahoma State won the toss. They deferred. And the Broncos will start behind their third-year starter, Hank Bachmeier. He's yet to play a full season, coming off a strong performance in the win last week at home against UTEP. He completed over 70% of his passes, threw for 340 yards and a couple of scores. And the story is, when he is healthy and is out there, the Broncos have won 12 of his 15 starts.
That's it. They just want to keep him upright, keep him healthy, play point guard, distribute the ball. They'll be much buoyed by the presence of George Holani tonight.
Design rolled out. He passes out to the flat, and it's caught right away as he finds Khalil Shakir, who last week went for over 2,000 career yards. It's a pickup of 5 on first down. As we take a look at the Broncos starting offense, Ojukwu is at the start at left tackle. This has been an offensive line that's been in flux early on, and George Holani, they are happy to have him back in the fold. No more snap count for Holani, who breaks free on his first carry and right away moves the chains. He's pushed out of bounds by Devin Harper. He picks up 9 on the play. Yeah, you're going to see tempo from both teams. Both these teams are going to try to go fast, and they're going to simulate the snap and take a look. They feed Holani again. This time he's swarmed and wrapped up. Defensively for the Cowboys, they have been led on the line by Tyler Lacey on the end. Meanwhile, Malcolm Rodriguez, as mentioned earlier, 14 tackles a game. He leads the nation. On the back end, I think they're going to challenge Tamin McAllister in coverage. And Oklahoma State in general is going to challenge Hank Bachmeier to beat them through the air. Watch how tight their safeties are playing already. Also bring up 3rd and 7. Now, Boise State, this offense is still without its full complement of weapons. They do get George Holani back full tilt, but they are without wide receiver Stephon Cobbs, who is unavailable tonight for the Broncos. They go empty on 3rd and long. With time over the middle, caught, first down once again. His favorite target, Shakir. It's a gain of 16 on the play. Great job in protection right there. Oklahoma State showing pressure last week against Tulsa. They brought a lot of zero heat, meaning no deep safety, no help man coverage. Boise State, against Boise State, they dropped out of it. Bachmeier beats him with the dig throw to Shakir. And this ball falls to the blue. Pressure coming from Tyler Lacey. You highlighted Lacey, and this is what he has to do to Hank Bachmeier. Get to him in a 4-man rush. It's an RPO look here for Boise State. Maybe just a play-action pass, but watch 89 get to Bachmeier, and that ball is at risk. 10 of 11 senior starters for Oklahoma State on defense. They've allowed 20 points a game over their first 2 contests. Broncos go on the ground, not going anywhere this time. Yeah, we asked defensive coordinator Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State, have you ever had this before? And he's like, heck, man, I've never heard of that before. 10 of 11 senior starters, and then the only non-senior we just saw, Tyler Lacey. Habibi Likio, the Oregon transfer, with the carry. 3rd and 10 now. Bachmeier towards the boundary, and it is short of the first down. I think they're going to give it to him. Yeah, they will give it to him. They mark him for 11 yards. They find Latrell Caples that time.
Going back to that completion, great time in the pocket here from Bachmeier, working the boundary. Let's see if he pushes beyond the sticks. There's possession. Looked like right at the line to gain, probably a good call.
On the ground, Van Buren knocked out of bounds. Van Buren, over short yardage specialist for the Broncos, leading rusher last year. It was a really banged-up running back room for Boise State a season ago.
Yeah, Van Buren listed as at 240. That combination of Halani can rush for 1,000 yards as a true freshman. Van Buren 240, Cyrus Habibi-Likio 215-ish, leaned up 215. Pressure, showing pressure. Boise State trying to eye the pressure, get into the right protection, get into the right route, and get the ball out. Here it is.
Slings it. This time he completes and is just shy. Davis Cutter, son of Dirk Cutter, former Boise State head coach, his first catch as a Bronco, Portland State transfer. It's 4th and 2.
I'd like to attempt a field goal here. See Oklahoma State indicating safe, safe, safe. They want to play this as safe as possible. That means they're going to be bailing out of it to eliminate any possibility of a fake here for Boise State.
This is Jonah Dalmas, 5 for 5 on the year. And he's good from 40 yards out. On the opening drive for Boise State, they convert a 40-yard field goal, and the Broncos lead the Cowboys. A 12-play drive that ends in 3. Andy Avalos, year number 1 here in the Valley. He replaces Brian Harsin, who went on to Auburn. Avalos, no stranger to Bronco Nation, former linebacker here at Boise State, went on to become defensive coordinator, then on to Eugene, DC for the Ducks, and now his first year at the helm of the Broncos.
Got a great special teams matchup tonight. Unfortunately for the Broncos, Stephon Cobbs, their leading returner, is out. We saw C.T. Thomas back. Now it looks like L.D. Brown deep here, who took one to the house last week against Tulsa.
L.D. Brown, 98-yard kickoff return for his score last week. Brown will field this inside the 5. And he cannot reach the 20. He's brought down to the 18. That's where the Cowboys will set up for their opening drive. And their third-year quarterback, Spencer Sanders, who's playing just his second game of the year. He missed the opener because of COVID protocols. Dual threat quarterback. He passed for a couple of scores last week. And after one game, he already leads the Cowboys in rushing.
They're going. Unfortunately for the Cowboys, their biggest run was a broken play. And Spencer Sanders looked like it was his first game of the year last week, hoping for a much cleaner effort tonight for Coach Mike Gundy.
On the bootleg and thrown incomplete at the feet of L.D. Brown. On this offensive line for the Cowboys, some youth, some experience as well.
Absolutely. They're getting a little bit healthier, it sounds like, in the interior. And then Cole Birmingham, 67, getting his second career start tonight at left tackle.
On the ground this time. Stretched out, and Warren brought down. Jalen Warren, the Utah State transfer. Brought down by Tyreek Jones, the safety.
Jalen Warren had a dynamic touchdown run last week, made multiple players miss. Again, a thicker make-em-miss juke, 5'8", 215 transfer from Utah State.
3rd and 5 now. Cowboys are without their top receiver, Tay Martin, unavailable. Braden Johnson, one of their other best receivers, also not suiting up tonight because of injury. Flushed. Tucking. Sanders has the first down and pushed out of bounds. The flag is down.
It's going to come back for a hold, but that's a great job recognizing that by Spencer Sanders and using his athleticism. See the call.
Would have been a gain of 11.
Holding, number 72, offense, 10-yard penalty, third down.
Take a look at the hold right here. That's on Josh Sills, the West Virginia transfer. In the left side here, coming in your picture right there. Just got him locked in on Shane Irwin, 55, probably the best pass rusher on his Boise State team.
Now this place is rocking on 3rd and 15.
L.D. Brown out of the backfield.
Sanders gets rid of it quickly, smothered at the 20, not even close as he goes underneath to Brown. That is a catch. Now the punt team comes on for Oklahoma State on their first drive. They have Shakir back deep to return. Tom Hutton, the 31-year-old Aussie, is on to punt things away. Shakir calls for the fair catch, a punt of 49 yards. We will step aside from the blue. Boise State leading Oklahoma State 3-0. Broncos getting set for their second drive. Mark, take us inside the Boise State film room.
Yeah, offensive coordinator Tim Plowd does a great job with the RPO game, and here's one last week that resulted in a touchdown against UTEP. It's a hard sell run. They're blocking a run inside. Everybody in the interior, it's a run. They got a short post down here, a hitch up top. Hank Bachmeier throws off the safety. Stephon Cobbs does the rest.
Broncos start on the ground. And a hard tackle ripped down. It's Holani on the carry. Picks up 3. No limitations tonight for George Holani. He's had 2 full weeks of practice. He missed the opener at the bounce house at UCF. And then was on a snap count last week. And just 5 carries. But they expect him in there for somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 snaps tonight. They feed him again. Brings up 3rd down for the Broncos.
Just keep watching these safeties. This is what offensive coordinator Tim Plow will be looking at as well. Hank Bachmeier will be itching to throw some play-action pass. The tighter these safeties get, they know they have to stop George Holani as well. Tighter, tighter, tighter. That means I've got one-on-one on the outside.
Bachmeier zips it. And he has the completion. Octavius Evans brought down by Christian Holmes for a Boise State first down. That's good for 7 yards.
Really good execution there by Hank Bachmeier. Had the motion to the field. A single cut to the boundary. One reset your feet. Bang it in there before Malcolm Rodriguez could get to it.
Shakir out to midfield. Shakir good for 8 yards. 166 yards last week versus UTEP for the Broncos' leading receiver.
They want to feature this guy all over the map. Run, pass, return, everywhere.
Down to the 45. Bibilikio, the Oregon transfer.
It's a great time right here to take a shot, play action. Again, watch the safety. Watch the middle of the field right here. Harvell Peel. It could be Jason Taylor, 25, coming down out of the middle of the field.
Quick snap. Bachmeier wasn't ready for that. He heaves downfield and just overthrows the fingertips of Shakir. Jason Taylor with the pressure.
And there it was on both sides. Had a double move, a sluggo, a slant and go. Both Davis Cutter up top and Shakir down here. Shakir gets pressed, so he doesn't run his... All right, so check that. That's on the outside. That was Octavius Evans. Shakir just running a slot fade. Sluggo seam is what that's called. A sluggo up top and a seam down here. He wants that one back.
Rolling finds Holani out of the backfield. He turns up past the 40, stays on his feet, got a first down. Finally brought down by Jarek Bernard Converse. making his 36th consecutive start for the Cowboys. That's good for 12 yards and a first down.
You can see why they like him so much. So he can stay square for so long and play power football at the running back position, shedding tackles.
From his own 40. Now steps up and is brought down just past the line of scrimmage. Cody Walters shied. Blocked a field goal in the opener for the Cowboys.
Jaden Jernigan slow to get up there, but he's going to be okay. It's going to be a physical game.
And Jernigan missed last year with injury. Back in the fold for Oklahoma State. He set up the tunnel screen and almost running into his own man.
Ball's out.
He's back on top of it. Looked like he might have been down. Billy Bowens that time on the reception.
Broncos got back on it there late. Had one official signaling one way, one official going the other way. Just gets that ball off his body a little bit.
He was definitely not down.
Look at Jernigan fit that tackle. Textbook face mask on the ball. Lucky to recover that for Boise State. So far they've shown pressure, but then bailed out. We'll see what they do here.
They bring Helani back into the backfield on 3rd and 4. With time towards the end zone, catch made, and a Broncos touchdown. Davis Cutter, 27 yards out, his first score on the Blue.
Great job by Davis Cutter. Ends up with no help. Shakir is essentially doubled over there, and this is where the +1. Where's the +1 going to come from Boise State? And right there, it's Davis Cutter, the Portland State transfer. His first career touchdown as a Bronco.
Broncos scoring in their first 2 drives of the night. A field goal, and now the Cutter touchdown. Boise State, an early lead over Oklahoma State.
All right, back in Boise, and you can see the power of a great receiver, Khalil Shakir. The game plan is don't let him beat you. Oklahoma State effectively double teams in here. Watch the reroute of the safety, and then Davis Cutter has single coverage. Receivers everywhere else, one-on-one. Hank Bachmeier recognizes the protection with a 5-man rush is pure. Great throw and catch, and a high point by Davis Cutter puts the exclamation point on it.
2 scoring drives for the Broncos. The back of the end zone. Oklahoma State Cowboys' first road game. They get set for their second drive of the night. Broncos lead at 10-0 here in the first quarter. We've got our helper with the kicking tee out there on the field.
Crowd was fired up.
I'd like to see Buster the Bronco do this.
Oklahoma State gets Spencer Sanders involved, get him with his feet, get him on the move, get him involved in the read-run game, use his skills.
They hand to Warren, who cuts upfield past the 30, first down. There goes Jalen Warren. He's to the 30, inside the 20. How about all the way to the house for 75 yards and a score? Warren has now scored a touchdown in each of his first 3 games as a Cowboy.
You need some offense. How about an untouched house call? A great cut there by Warren. Good fit on the safety. That means the corner is unblocked, can't fall off, and the powerful Warren. And he says, I'm not just power, I'll show some speed here too. Great answer for the Cowboys.
Exhale for the point after. Up and good. Oklahoma State wasted no time. First play of their second drive, 75 yards later. Jalen Warren all the way to pay dirt.
Take off and let your hair down.
Oklahoma State has gotten nothing going on the ground the first two games, but now Jalen Warren ripping off a 75-yard touchdown run. I mean, for perspective, the Cowboys averaged 95 yards on the ground their first two games.
54 yards rushing against Missouri State. That is eclipsed.
Tanner Brown this time kicking things off for the Cowboys through the back of the end zone. Interesting comments from head coach Mike Gundy, his 17th year in Stillwater after last week's win, but not a pretty win. He said, we are going to have to get better at designing plays,
Pretty
period.
blunt. Yeah, pretty blunt. And offensive coordinator Casey Dunn, well done. D-U-N-N-D-O-N-E. Watch at the bottom of the screen, Rashad Jones. His job right here is to block that safety, J.L. Skinner, 0. This is a happy hour. 2 blocks for the price of 1. You get Markel Reed, 8. J.L. Skinner, 0. And that results in a house call for 7.
Broncos back with the ball at their own 25. Buckmeyer finds Shakir, another catch and another first down for Boise State. That time good for 13.
Yeah, great job on quick game there by Bachmeier. Very soft that time on Shakir.
And string it out. Bernard Converse forcing him out of bounds.
Good adjustment there by Boise State. They had a puller, and Oklahoma State is designing that defense to bounce the ball to the safety.
Bibilicchio remains in the backfield. This time, dangerous, almost picked off. Shakir drops and gets popped. Tanner McAllister, the safety, to deliver the blow.
Yeah, this must have been a predetermined screen because the numbers would tell him to hand the ball off to Bibilicchio, and a host of Cowboys there to make sure that that was a forward pass that was incomplete. Boise State trying to spread them out here.
On 3rd and 6. Buckmeyer pressure and brought down from behind. Oklahoma State with the sack. Brock Martin, the senior, playing in his 40th career game. It's a loss of 7.
We were interested in seeing how Boise State would block Tyler Lacey and Brock Martin, both making a huge difference so far tonight. Just a great effort sack that time by Martin.
Cowboys last year second in the conference in sacks. They averaged 3 a game. This is Presley as it lands out of bounds. Tomorrow, George Kittle leads the Niners against the Eagles, or Matt Ryan and the Falcons take on Tom Brady and the defending champion Bucks. Check local listings for the game in your area only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Brady's going to play till he's 50. Did I hear that right?
I can't even imagine that.
Hey, if there's anybody who could.
Yeah, exactly. Don't doubt him for a second.
So Sanders and company back on the field.
Spencer Sanders and company playing without Des Jackson, running back without 3 wide receivers.
Why not the hand back to Warren? This time not nearly as far as his last carry when he took it 75 yards to the house. That time a pickup of 3. Well, this is a team that has been incredibly beat up. And you look at Tay Warren, top left, their most dynamic receiver, he in particular, missing essentially his 2nd straight game. He played just 2 snaps last week. Back on the ground. Warren pushed back. That's a loss of 1.
Penijo, Mr. Everything, Mr. Academic Heisman, a stud, kind of an undersized linebacker in there. He's a safety playing linebacker in that look, and shooting through there doing his best Malcolm Rodriguez impression.
Kekola Kaniho, a 4.0 student, first-team academic All-American. Third and long now for Oklahoma State. Over the middle, tipped, and it drops to the blue. Skinner was right there. Pressure from Shane Irwin.
Shane Irwin again on Cole Birmingham. That's the matchup on this side of the ball we're intrigued about. Spencer Sanders stands in there and takes a shot. Watch 55 beat him around the horn. Just a speed rush and a little bit behind his intended receiver, Brennan Presley.
So the Cowboys in 3 drives, a pair of 3 and outs, and then the 75-yard touchdown run. Fair catch call for.
Feels like they told Shakir, hey, just fair catch it. Just catch the ball. Get us the ball back.
That's a punt of 54 yards. It brings back out Hank Bachmeier. Now, Bachmeier, 2-time academic All-Mountain West. And if you remember, week 1 for the Broncos, they went all the way out to UCF. They had a weather delay that was pushing nearly 3 hours. And so what did Hank Bachmeier do during that long weather delay in the locker room? Well, he logged on to his online class.
Professor Fang.
Yeah. Fang was very impressed as Hank Bachmeier just wanted to check in, make sure the class was going okay. He said, Hank, you're muted.
There's noise in the background.
Well, they start on the ground. Olani tries to cut upfield and is driven back. It's a pickup of 2. Jason Taylor.
Yeah, Tyler Lacey, Jason Taylor. Again, you can see the physicality of Tyler Lacey. 89, the lone redshirt junior, the only guy that's not a senior on that defense. Already 2 TFLs so far.
They empty it out. Looks right to Evans. Evans keeps his feet. He's past the 30. And Evans spins down to the 35 for a first down. It's a pickup of 13.
Great design here by the Boise State offensive staff. The motion, that's 2 called. The 4-by-1 empty. 4 receivers one way, 1 here. They're showing it, that alignment again right here. But it's line up in at this time.
Another completion, this time dragged down from behind. But Shakir with the catch.
Was trying to find that matchup. They had Evans with the off coverage on the hitch. Shakir on the man cut with a slant. Good execution by Hank Bachmeier.
Coloni not going far. 3rd down coming.
It's just going to be one of those games where it's going to be shots like the one that with the touchdown to Cutter, one-on-one matchups. They are not going to let Boise State run the ball. That's their goal. Watch again the front on any kind of a rundown situation. 1st and 10, 2nd and manageable. Jim Knowles and his defense are being very aggressive.
Israel Antwine making his 27th career start tonight. Part of the convoy that brings him down. 4th down coming now for the Broncos. That takes us to the end of the first quarter. 10-7 Boise State trying to defend the blue against a Power 5 foe, making a trip here to Idaho. When we come back, 2nd quarter straight ahead. Today's team comparison sponsored by Credible.com. 75 of the 89 total yards for Oklahoma State coming on 1 run. Meanwhile, the Broncos 9 first downs, 127 yards through the air.
Yeah, Sanders starting out 1 for 3. Obviously, big plays both way. Like you said, the number that Mike Gundy will be happy with is 27 yards rushing for Boise State.
his own 10, calling for the fair catch, a punt of 48 yards. Mark, how about you take us inside the Oklahoma State film room?
Yeah, I think Coach Gundy and his design better plays, part of that is plays like this. We've got 5 blockers, right? It's an empty, there's no back there, 4 rushers, and we block 5 with 3. 1 unblocked Tulsa Golden Hurricane gets to Spencer Sanders. Later, they're in a double eagle look right there. The guard, center guard are covered. They go to kind of an automatic call, which then makes Spencer Sanders throw hot. He throws a dime, by the way, to Jaden Gray. But those are problems that Boise State's going to try to exploit. They'll try to line up in those same looks and make Oklahoma State essentially play their rules. They've got to check them to make sure if they got that corrected.
90 yards ahead for Sanders and the Cowboys as he throws out, and it's knocked away. A hard hit. That time delivered by Skinner.
Yeah, Skinner. I mean, it looked like Kaniho was going to pick 6 that right in the flat there for Boise State. It's 28-0. 28's going to undercut the route, and then 0's going to bring it. J.L. Skinner is a stud. 6'4", 220. Long, lean, physical, smart. Talked to a couple NFL scouts earlier. They love that dude.
It was Presley who got blown up. This time design run for Sanders, who is not going far. 3rd and long coming. Jackson Cravens, the former Utah transfer, right there to stop him in his tracks.
Coach Avalos should be happy about that. Again, they want Spencer Sanders to beat them as a drop back passer, take away his legs. And again, they're without 3 of their top targets outside, 1 of their running backs. 3rd and 10 is ideal result after that play for Andy Avalos.
Now a whistle.
Boise State takes their first charge timeout of the half. Timeout on the field.
Broncos take a timeout in advance of this 3rd and 10 snap. We will step aside, just underway in the 2nd quarter. Outside of that 75-yard touchdown run by Jalen Warren, Cowboys haven't been able to get much going. They're trying to avoid what would be their 3rd 3 and out. Design run, Sanders bounces, and he is shoved out of bounds. Markel Reed, the corner right there.
Great disguise here by Boise State defensively. Coach Avalos with a timely timeout right before to get this stop. Watch the edge pressure come from both sides. Coming off that edge, forcing Spencer Sanders on the run to be even that much more uncomfortable. A great pursuit to get a dynamic athlete out of bounds.
Markel Reed, when talking about having a Power 5 school come to the Blue, said it's a huge opportunity. We look at it as food on the plate, and we're going to eat it up. Short field ahead for the Broncos. C.T. Thomas catches the punt. Andy Avalos, first-year head coach for the Broncos, former Boise State linebacker. As we go back into the archives, we find his size, what is that, a 23 neck? As he was a linebacker the day for the Broncos. How about this quarterback coach in that head of hair? Mark Helfrich.
The only time my hair looked as good as his. Oh, no.
Now,
Sets going off around America.
I was told that this actually was in color, but we made it black and white for dramatic effect. Alani essentially back to the line of scrimmage.
Can we stay focused on the game?
It's amazing the civilians who just stopped traffic for Helfrich here in Boise.
It's a friendly place. Had good players and Dirk Cutter.
Well, welcome back home. Home a while ago, but nonetheless, I know you have fond memories of your time here. On 2nd and 10. And he complete once again to Cutter, who had the touchdown catch earlier. Thomas Harper. Safety brings it out. It's a gain of 7.
Really good recognition here by the front of Boise State. Oklahoma State bringing 5 against that empty look. That means you're 5-on-5 and really good protection. Good execution, setting up a 3rd and manageable.
Cutter didn't have a catch this year. He's got 3 for 40+ his scores so far in the first half tonight. Into Holani, kind of cut up field. Colin Oliver.
George Lonnie picked up about a yard.
4th down coming.
Just great pursuit on that backside. Tyler Lacey, again, denting the backside.
They're going for it on 4th and 2. Hoffmeyer rolling against his body. He is able to get the first down. He's taken down by Devin Harper, but too late. Moves the chains for the Broncos.
Great pursuit coming out of center fielder by Thomas Harper, 13, and Bachmeier. Protect the ball, protect yourself. He has a tendency to play a little, that's part of it, hero ball, but that's a gutsy first down that they'll love here.
Another rollout. Checks down. Alani out of the backfield. Inside the 20 and forced out of bounds. Broncos marching downfield. That's a gain of 14.
Yeah, Holani bounces this outside. Good recognition that everything was covered downfield. Get it to Holani, and he says, hey, I'm not a quarterback. Truck you.
Inside the 20 now. They set it up, they complete inside the 10 and taken down. Billy Bowens. Bowens more of a vertical threat. He gains 9 on the play.
Coach Gundy down to the 10-yard line here, complaining about something. I think he either showed or some sort of crackback on that screen. He's down, giving the headlines in the ear for him.
Second and 1 in the hand of Van Buren. He plows ahead for the first down near the 5.
You see the versatility of all these backs. Oklahoma State has a similar stable. Boise State's just a little bit more experienced. And again, Van Buren, 240 down here in the tight red zone. Anticipate him on the hard ball run game. And then Bachmeier on the move.
Open the 5-yard line. Bachmeier scanning back to the end zone and through the hands of his intended target. Just a little too high. Christian Holmes on the coverage. Looking for Bowens again.
Yeah, they're down the depth chart a little bit here. Bowens, they thought would get some play. Just a little bit high, but that's a good place to miss if you're Hank Bachmeier. You don't want to throw that ball low and let a backside backer make a play that he shouldn't. He's unhappy. And this defense needs to bow up right here. They're going to test the interior of the game plan of these guys here. Test the interior of this Bronco front.
Maybe Leakio gets the carry, bounces it out, and he waltzes across for the touchdown. His first as a Bronco.
Off the right side, just collapsed down here. Just a great job caving that in. Van Buren escorting his fellow back, Habibi Leakio, into the end zone. A little bit design. It's back helping back right there by Boise State.
That's his 22nd career score. Up and good. 17-7 Broncos scored through the air and now on the ground. Cyrus Habibi Leakio, his first with Boise State. All right, Mark, what's your sense about what Mike Gundy is so hot about?
Yeah, it looked like he was talking about an alignment, and we went back and looked at it on the break, and it's kind of a, he's saying twice. They're lining up in that essentially a 3-by-1 formation to the field, motioning this direction, and then he was saying there was a hold involved on that screen as well. We couldn't find it, but he's battling for his guys.
Brown will let this go to the back of the end zone. Well, next weekend on Fox starts Saturday strong with the big noon kickoff pregame show at 10 a.m. Eastern, live from Soldier Field in Chicago. Then at noon Eastern, we have a good one for you. Jack Cohn of the 12th-ranked Fighting Irish take on number 18 Wisconsin. A huge big noon Saturday begins 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Jack Cohn changing sides in that rivalry.
That's right. Some early game storylines as we saw on Fox. Oklahoma holding off Nebraska, game of the century rematch. Eddie Brown trying to string this out and is shoved back to the 15. Tyreek Jones, nice to meet you. That's a loss of 7.
Tyreek Jones coming out left ear screen, 21, showing up big time in the backfield. He says enough about J.L. Skinner. I'm pretty good too.
This incomplete. Out towards the boundary. Looking for Bryson Green. Markel Reed there on the coverage.
Just manage this situation right here. If you're offensive coordinator Casey Dunn and Spencer Sanders, 3rd and 17, backed up. The crowd's into it. Take care of the rock. Don't do anything crazy.
Sanders just 1 for 5. A very opposite quarterback storyline so far. Bachmeier has been incredibly efficient for the Broncos. On the drop. He is wrapped up, spun down. They needed 17. J.L. Skinner, leading tackler, right there after a pickup of 7.
Yeah, that's a good decision. You know, a lot of Oklahoma State fans I know will be disappointed in that, but don't make a bad situation worse. 3rd and 17, they're getting there with a 4-man rush. What they have to be better on is 1st and 2nd down. Stay out of that 3rd and 17, but avoid the disaster and just punt it away.
Well, they've had 5 drives. 4 of them have ended in 3 and out, and the other was the 75-yard touchdown run on the very first play from Jalen Warren. Another short field ahead for the Broncos. 17-7 Boise State. That time a punt of just 27 yards. Now this Boise State defense not giving up much so far in the first half. The Boise State lead actually feels greater than what it is at 17-7. Part of the reason why the quarterback comparison, Mark, could not be more night and day so far in the first half.
No doubt. Yeah, Oklahoma State basically had 1 play and then a bunch of not so great stuff. Hank Bachmeier is extremely efficient, explosive, over 10 yards per completion.
Under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Bachmeier just getting done quieting the crowd as he rolls out, checks down, and right away inside of Cowboy territory. Bibilikio keeps on his feet, is finally brought down by Tanner McAllister, but a gain of 16 and a Broncos first down.
Just a really good job. We just talked about Hank Bachmeier's efficiency of drawing the pressure and dumping it to Bibilikio and letting him do the rest. He took another shot. Empty again.
Rushing out Cutter. They get it to him quickly. Now a double pass. Wide open and dropped right off the fingertips of Billy Bowens.
They might take a look at that. They looked like that first pass was for, didn't it? To the blind eye. Got to really do a great job, the quarterback and whoever he's throwing to. Watch Bachmeier. We'll see him throw the ball. This has to be backward. It was close, but it doesn't matter. That'll be a fight in the wide receiver room, but I think this will throw the next one. Nice
snap. Bachmeier able to hang with it. And zips
might have guys downfield. That was, I think that was supposed to be a screen that was a busted play, and then just turned into an incredible catch. That's not even one of his good ones, though. That's just a
ineligible player downfield on the pass. Number 68, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's on Jake Stats.
Yeah, Bachmeier kind of panicked there when he saw the screen kind of break down. Multiple guys were downfield. Let's watch the interior. They're setting up, trying to throw a screen to Habibi Likio. Everybody kind of panics.
Well, they're happy to have Stats back. He missed last week's game. Played only about the first half of the opener. They're stepping up. Now Tux. Bachmeier inside the 30. Good pickup. Third down coming.
Good job by Bachmeier managing his shot. He took a big-time shot on that throw to Habibi Likio. More than half of Boise State's plays have been in Oklahoma State territory.
It's a pickup of a dozen. 3rd and 3 coming now for the Broncos.
This is where if you're Jim Knowles, defense corner from Oklahoma State, got to make a stop right here. Limit him to a field goal attempt. Keep him out of the end zone.
Habibi Likio has it. Trying to wiggle his way forward, and he does. He slithers ahead and picks up the first down. He gains 6, and now a man down for Boise State.
Timeout on the field.
See Habibi Likio's power, had a ton of tight red area inside the 5 touchdowns at Oregon. Great job staying square, physical. Him on Rodriguez is just a great matchup to watch tonight.
We will step aside as they tend to an injured Boise State player. John Ojukwu, the left tackle for Boise State, the injured player, was able to walk off on his own power and made his way inside the injury tent.
Yeah, Osuji 77, kind of the next tackle, and there's the guy lined at the spot right now.
On 1st and 10. Back to Habibi Likio. To the 20. Gains 2. Down by Malcolm Rodriguez, who is leading the nation in tackles. He's averaging 14 a game.
It is so fun to watch that guy work, man. He does so much dirty work. C-gap to C-gap, shedding blockers, undersized dude, 225, wrestling background, stud.
Former safety moved to linebacker.
See, no safety back. A lot of rights and lefts. Terminology.
Coming and incomplete. Habibi Likio, the only man even close. Pressure from Devin Harper.
Incomplete.
Get another shot on Bachmeier here. It's a 0 blitz. Again, no safety back there, bringing pressure, making Hank Bachmeier process it. They try to get the tailback down the pipe. As you said, for Habibi Likio. Jason Taylor, not a great matchup for Boise State. And let him off the ground.
Broncos have been good on 3rd down so far in the first half, 5 of 9.
Big play right here for Oklahoma State.
Bachmeier lobs and overthrows. He was looking for Cutter again. Cutter hauled in one earlier from 27 yards out. 4th down.
Great stand by Jim Knowles' defense right here. Watch the pressure coming at Bachmeier into his kitchen. Be right in his gut, and then a 0 blitz. No safety back there. Habibi Likio can only take 1.
Jonah Dalmas is on.
That time, 42 in their Jernigan, forcing the errant throw. But watch Bachmeier's time. Got to hit the top of his drop, get out. There's nothing else he can do there.
Dalmas is on here from 36 yards out. Hit from 30 earlier. He's 2 for 2 on the night. 27. Boise State leading in the first half. Let's take a look at what's coming up on the State Farm halftime. Another 6.5.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, top-ranked Alabama barely survived in the swamp. Auburn and Penn State battling an SEC Big Ten top 25 matchup. And could Georgia Tech pull off the upset against Clemson? Join me, CP, and Acho at the half. Right now, Aaron and Mark, back to you.
thank you. 27 now, Broncos have the lead. Now, Boise State has historically played Power 5 teams well, but Boise State has lost 5 of their last 7 to Power 5 opponents, including back in 2018, the loss in Stillwater against the Cowboys, a 44-21 win for Oklahoma State. Brown lets it go through the back of the end zone. How about tonight's celebration moment sponsored by Allstate? Who's going to be celebrating today? Well, this was quite the moment earlier today. George Louis worked at Ada County Paramedics since 1990. He retires after 31 years of dedicated service. An on-scene EMT for Boise State football games, along with other Bronco athletic events. He requested that his last shift be tonight in this game against Oklahoma State, honored earlier tonight. On the ground. Warren, another big run. He whipped off a 75-yard touchdown scamper earlier. This one for 27.
Great drive started by Oklahoma State. Get him going. Get Jalen Warren going. Really good job again. Watch the receiver coming to block Skinner. Same spot. Different wideout. Do it. No, right. This is the same one. Great job by Rashad Owens. 10. Blocking 0 Skinner. Letting Warren run.
First snap inside Broncos territory for Oklahoma State. They go back to the ground. Warren picks up 6 this time. And because of that big run for 75 yards, he's over 100 for the night. Oklahoma State has had such a hard time figuring out their ground game so far. You look at what he has done compared to the rest of the team tonight. 109 yards of offense compared to 14.
Yeah. Every Oklahoma State fan saying, hey, get to him 18 times.
2nd and 4 now. Play action pressure and incomplete. Got Matlock right there in the face of Sanders.
It's just a hard sell play action pass, not an RPO situation where it's a run play. So he's really trying to sell that in, and watch Matlock coming right into your living room, virtually unblocked. A little movement. Spencer Sanders can't do anything but play the next down. 2 plays here for Oklahoma State, so get to your whatever you think your best play is. Possibly to get 4 yards, knowing you're going to go for it on 4th.
Design run, Sanders. He's got the first down. And a hard hit lowers the shoulder. He picks up 10 on the play. Tyreek Jones, the tackler.
Some great athleticism here by Spencer Sanders. Great desire, competitiveness. And watch Jalen Warren, 7. Did a great job out in front to lead his quarterback to a first down. Boise State has been able to get pressure out of a 4-man rush and help out on the perimeter.
Feed Warren again upfield to the 25.
It's good play design again. I think we're going to see a lot of this tonight from both teams, simulating the snap, showing, trying to get the defense to show them what's going on and get to the best play. Here it is again. Casey Dunn takes a look. Communicates it to Spencer Sanders. Now execute. Boise State trying to change the look.
Warren trying to spin off, but is stuck. J.L. Skinner, and he's just shy. 3rd down coming.
Skinner again, 6'4", 220. Bringing the hammer from Fort Loma and San Diego. Great fit, set up the receiver.
This time Sanders keeps. He's got the first down. Sanders inside the 15, just shy of the 10. He picks up 10 on the play.
Nice job. Not sure if this is a read or not. Sometimes he just pulls it and just does his thing. This guy's a little bit of a freelancer, but this is the result. A lot of those times, Warren fits up on the unblocked defender,
Boise State takes their
Boise
second
State's going
charge.
to take a
Timeout of
timeout.
the
They
half.
don't like this drive that Oklahoma State has put
30 seconds
together.
tonight.
It really feels like Oklahoma State needs more than just a field goal here.
Definitely. You know, obviously depending on down and distance, some of those things, but 3:41, they're down 2 touchdowns, and they would feel a lot better about themselves going in 20 to 14 than 20 to 10.
Cowboys get the ball coming out of halftime as well.
She wants a touchdown.
To help people affected by Hurricane Ida, visit redcross.org or text the word Ida to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Your gift is a commitment to helping people in need, and every single donation matters. Financial donations enable the Red Cross to prepare for, respond to, and help people recover from this disaster.
Yes, this just feels like Oklahoma State right here. You have to use Sanders, you have to use Warren and these backs. There's just not the guy yet on the outside that's going to complete the fades to 100% of the time.
The hand to Brown, and he is smothered and ripped down. Calamete, a loss of 4.
And the problem is Boise State kind of knows that too, by how they're playing that look. Trying to fit the back up here, LD Brown. Then you can see on the backside of that play, they had Spencer Sanders accounted for, as well as Jalen Warren on any type of a dive option, read option kind of situation for Oklahoma State.
Sanders, now they thought about throwing back, but instead turns into a run. Still on his feet. Presley is finally dragged down. And Skinner gets to him.
That's why J.L. Skinner impresses NFL scouts. He chases down the play almost to the top of the numbers and then makes the play on the backside hash. Watch him run. Okay, is he on the numbers here? Nope. I'm going to chase you down, Presley. 1 block, and that's a touchdown for Oklahoma State. Great effort. Again, take care of the ball for Spencer Sanders.
And Sanders, just 1 completion so far, 1 for 6. 3rd and very long. He rolls. Heaves. Incomplete, and a flag comes out.
Boise State's going to lobby for that to be uncatchable. They're talking about it.
That's Rodney Robinson.
He let that go early. Should really just look like a throwaway. We'll see where that ball hits. You can see why Boise State is asking him to pick that up.
Pass interference, number 4. Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They're saying that ball was catchable. I thought Spencer Sanders actually made a good decision of just throwing it away. And they are sticking with it. The ball hit outside the white. But now you got to rally if you're Boise State and just play great defense and make a response. Oklahoma State finish the drive as a touchdown.
At the spot of the foul is where the ball is. That means the 6-yard line. 1st and goal now. Oklahoma State's got to cash in on this. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first half.
I'm an offensive homer, freely admitted. It's a tough one right there.
Warren up the middle. Warren into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight.
Warren takes the lead from the 6-yard line.
A much-needed touchdown for the Cowboys.
Yeah, big-time answer by Oklahoma State. Nice little play design. Watch the shift. Now watch 90 go left to right and open up the cutback lane for Warren. Warren is the prescription Oklahoma State Cowboy fans want for the second half.
Well, they take advantage of that PI call. And both touchdowns so far tonight for Oklahoma State coming on the legs of Jalen Warren. 75-yard run earlier. This one from 6 yards out.
10 plays, a 9-run plus a defensive pass interference led to that 10-play, 75-yard scoring drive. Just take a look where this ball hits. You want to give the guy the benefit of the doubt to be able to jump. It's a tough one.
Yeah, to think that he could jump and take that out of the air before it lands where it eventually does, of course. Warren, the Utah State transfer, has had an incredible journey. National JUCO Player of the Year at Snow College, on to Utah State, now Oklahoma State.
Just a short drive from here, Snow College.
10-play, 75-yard drive. Let's try to fire everybody up. This is C.T. Thomas, brought down just shy of the 20. 2:05 to play in the first half. Well, coming up next, State Farm halftime show. #1 Alabama wins in Gainesville. #6 Clemson on upset alert. And a new era at USC begins. Trojans on the Palouse earlier today. Minutes away.
One timeout left.
They go on the ground.
Ball's out. Malcolm got the ball out, I think.
And it is Cowboy ball.
Yeah, I think Malcolm Rodriguez fit the run with his left hand and just started digging with his right hand, and that ball came out. Lonnie not taking a ton of shots this year. Let's take a look. Watch. Look at him. He fits the run and rips the ball out. Certainly no knee down. And a definite Cowboy recovery. Huge turn of events right there.
As Malcolm Rodriguez ripping it out. Now, what a turn this could be for Oklahoma State going into halftime.
I really think the potential play-action shot here, but that just gives Warren the ball and get out of the way.
That's exactly what they do. It's brought down to the 15. He picks up 6 on the play under 2 minutes.
Danny Gilevsky finished his block E about 15 yards downfield or flat back. Broncos were not happy about that, but it was a great finish.
And they continue to ride Warren. He cuts back, switches arms, plows forward, and is brought down inside the 1. He picks up 14. Markel Reed keeps him from finding pay dirt for the 3rd time.
You can see why they love this guy. Just kind of a slasher, pressing it, feeling it, cutting it all the way back, beating those unblocked Boise State defenders. Can't quite keep his feet to get in the end zone. 1st and goal.
Bring Cassidy, the tight end, into the eye. Warren. Marked down shy.
Oklahoma State will use every second of this. They still have all 3 timeouts. They can do whatever they want here with these next 3 plays. You can run it. Obviously a play action pass. Pull it out. Hard sell play action for Sanders. Or every person in Stillwater and Cowboy land wants, give it to Warren.
Early motion, a flag is out, and they blow this dead. Sanders races in.
Yeah, they was calling for it on a sneak. And the center didn't snap it, and everybody else moved.
False start. Excuse me, snap infraction. Number 51, offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So snap infraction, that just basically means a hitch. You know, as the center starts to snap the ball, just see right there, he just old school playground quarterback sneak. He was going to take it in himself. Not legal in college football. Still 2nd and goal. 30 seconds and counting. 3 timeouts. Like Gunny, don't be afraid to use those timeouts. Get the right thing.
Sanders rolls. Sanders on his feet, inside the 5, cuts back. We'll have to use a timeout.
It's a nice job there by Boise State at the point of attack of any would-be run. And then they did a really good job sinking back in coverage. Watch this just get kind of engulfed, and Sanders has to eat it. Hard sell there. And you can see all those blue jerseys out in front of Jalen Warren and Spencer Sanders. And then again, the hard job is to get him on the ground. Setting up 3rd and goal.
It's incredible. Oklahoma State has a chance to take the lead into halftime. In a half where they've been greatly outplayed by Boise State, and their quarterback, Spencer Sanders, has completed a single pass.
Big play, turnover, and believe it, staying with it.
When they had the ball inside the 1.
Yeah, this will be an interesting play call. Again, if you're Mike Gundy, you have 12 seconds here. So they could sneak this if they wanted to and still use their timeout. They could get their whatever they think their best run for this situation is. I think they actually had the sneak on the snap infraction false start.
11 straight runs for Oklahoma State. They had the pass interference they took advantage of. Sanders calls his own number, stretches it out, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Incredible.
Great execution.
Point after away from taking the lead.
Yeah, great execution here by Oklahoma State. And this is, again, the beauty of having an athletic guy at quarterback. They have to defend both sides of the field because they can pull it out. Or you bring him out in front and bring Jalen Warren and company to lead the way, and he does it himself.
Second touchdown for Oklahoma State in just over 2 minutes. Hale is good, and Oklahoma State has taken the lead. 6 seconds to play. Well, it began with this fumble.
So hard to do there by Malcolm Rodriguez to fit that physical of a runner and rip it out. And then just great physicality, basically quarterback power. Old school play there. Spencer Sanders to pay dirt. And what Mike Gundy and company want, a quiet Bronco Stadium.
Three rushing touchdowns in the first half for Oklahoma State. You think about the struggles on the ground for the Cowboys over the first 2 games, and you never would have thought they'd find 3 rushing scores in the first half alone here in Boise.
7 pass yards, 168 rush yards.
Boise State had just been in full command of this first half. And a lost fumble, and what has turned out to be a first half all about Jalen Warren and this Cowboys ground game. 22 rushes, just 6 pass attempts for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they've gone to the change-up instead of the hard sell play-action pass. It's the Spencer Sanders designed run game. Proving to be difficult to defend so far from Boise State.
And Oklahoma State gets the ball to begin the second half. Oklahoma State averaging nearly 8 yards a carry in the first half. Cowboys take the lead into halftime. Now let's get you back out to our Los Angeles studios for first half highlights and analysis.
All right, it is time for our State Farm halftime show. Chris Peterson, Emmanuel Acho. I'm Mike Hill hanging out with you. Really, it's been a one-man show for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, but that one man has been more than enough as they have the lead 21-20 at the half as we take a look at our halftime highlights sponsored by State Farm. And that one man, Jalen Warren, coach.
Jalen has 150 yards of offense. Oklahoma State has 175 total.
Yeah.
If you can stop him, I think you got a good answer to winning the game.
That's a big if.
That's a big if. They have not been able to 12 carries, 150 yards. Boise State actually outplaying them, and they were helped by that fumble. How big was that fumble right before the half?
It was huge. Momentum swings, random events, and momentum swings. That's what the game's all about. What I can't figure out, Boise needs to continue to load the box. Oklahoma State, 1 for 6, 7 yards passing. Put 11 guys in there until they prove they're going to throw it to beat you.
Yeah, Spencer Sanders only throwing the ball 6 times for 7 yards right now. Boise State out more yards than 239, 175 total yards so far in the first half. 21-20, get you back out for the second half very shortly. About 11 hours ago over on Fox, our big noon kickoff game featured the 50-year anniversary of the classic 1971 game of the century, featuring Nebraska and Oklahoma. To Norman we go for this one.
I'm the nice guy, got the right body and the right mind. Rolling up the party, got the right vibes.
A wild first half here in Boise. Oklahoma State, the first Power 5 team, the first Big 12 team, I beg your pardon, to make a trip to the blue in regular season history. And Oklahoma State leading by 1 going into the second half. Aaron Goldsmith and Mark Helfrich. Again, it looked like the Broncos would start to run away with it before the Cowboys took a lead late in the first half. And Hank Bachmeier, third-year starter. What'd you make of his play in the first half, Mark?
Yeah, opening throw of the game, first play of the game, gets Shakir the ball, then went on a one-on-one route to Davis Cutter over Harper for the touchdown. And then Warren went off 75 yards untouched, thanks to the great blocking up front and by his receiver there on Zero Skinner. That was the quote-unquote easy one. Then he did a little bit more hard work on a 6-yard run right here. And then a turnover from this great Oklahoma State defense. Malcolm Rodriguez leads to the final touchdown. As you said, a quick turnaround from 27 to 21-20. Cowboys.
First half stats brought to you by PNC Bank, changing how you handle overdrafts with no cash mode. Oklahoma State, who took the lead going into halftime, begin the second half with the ball, and for Bronco Nation, they are getting flashbacks to week 1 at UCF, where Boise State had the lead with just minutes left in the second quarter, only for UCF to score a touchdown right before the half. 2 touchdowns in the third quarter and eventually win that game over the Broncos.
Oklahoma State absolutely boom or bust here. 7 drives in total, 4 3-and-outs, 3 touchdowns.
A career high already for Jalen Warren, the Utah State transfer, a couple of touchdowns. Oklahoma State trying to keep the momentum going from the final minutes of the first half, and not a surprise they start on the ground with Warren.
Yeah, it feels like everybody in the stadium knew that was coming.
First 5 drives for the Cowboys. 79 yards, 75 of those coming on Warren's touchdown run, and the last 2 drives, 96 yards and a couple of scores.
Yeah, a really good job by Casey Dunn, offensive coordinator at Oklahoma State, and Mike Dundee staying committed to running the football that led to that touchdown drive, and then they got the turnover, and that's a quick 14-point swing.
12 straight rushes for the Cowboys. Make it 13 straight ahead. Running into Ezekiel Noah.
That feels, again, like both of these defensive coordinators, Spencer Danielson of Boise State, Jim Knowles, Oklahoma State, they're challenging the quarterback to beat them throwing the football.
And Sanders just 1 completion. And running again. Warren cuts through, stays on his feet, has the first down for the Cowboys. He picks up 16 this time. He's on his way to 200-plus yards tonight.
This just looks like a different offensive line right here. Here's that double eagle front we talked about. Watch the push, the pressure. Warren puts his right foot in the ground. He hits that cutback lane. Great vision. A good job getting it started up front. He says, I'm tired, man. Give me some Gatorade. Get me back in there.
Well, L.D. Brown in the backfield now. The hand to Brown. Brown, big hole, cuts up field. And he's down right by the first down. He picks up 9. A little gimpy on his way back up.
It was interesting talking to Mike Gundy this week. It sounded like the old school Baltimore Ravens, right? I mean, they really talked about run the ball, manage special teams and defense.
Back to Brown. Brown's got the first.
Brown carries.
Brown holding that knee again, trying to shake it loose for some reason. Cramping up possibly.
Not what they need to see already without Des Jackson. 5th-year senior who's been really good for Oklahoma State throughout the years. A Hutch junior college transfer.
I'll bring Warren back on as they tend to L.D. Brown. Brown, one of 7 super seniors for the Cowboys.
Back on his feet.
When was the last time a Mike Gundy quarterback had thrown for 7 yards with under 13 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter?
And has the lead. Coming from the field pressure.
Warren stretching it. Finds a hole. Picks up 5 on the play. Ryan Wimpy, who was out the first half because of a targeting call last week. Linebacker for Boise State. He's on the field in the second half after serving his suspension.
Watch Warren just kind of probe this again, staying square, staying physical, sees that air, and gets vertical.
They're happy to have Wimpy back, especially with the ground game that the Cowboys are going to. Dominic Richardson, the running back now, just 4 carries on the season entering tonight. Richardson's getting in the mix. He lowers his shoulders and is near a first down. He's just shy. J.L. Skinner brings him down.
It's a great one-on-one tackle by Skinner right there. Again, this is where that receiver needs to come from the outside in it and block that great tackler.
Sneak for the first down. Remember, Oklahoma State without Tay Martin, their most explosive receiver, unavailable, injured, can't play tonight. Braden Johnson, same story. They're without Jaden Bray, true freshman, who had been their leading receiver over the first couple of games.
Yeah, that was the familiar refrain all week long in our conversation with Oklahoma State. People just, it was young outside, got to play through Spencer Sanders. They're playing physical on this. The drive inside.
Cowboys have run for more yards tonight than their first 2 games combined. And the flag comes out.
Prior to the ball being snapped, false start, number 20, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, just shifted out. You know, that's the hard part when you're that next guy in. That's really the 4th back. When you include Desmond Jackson, he aligns in the slot out there in the empty alignment. Just see that ball, not used to it, not used to doing that a bunch.
Straight run play for the Cowboys. Wrapped up. Ganiho. No gain on the play.
It's like old school Big 8 football or something right there. We got wind. We got how many consecutive runs did you just say?
20 now.
Just check.
I mean, at some point, Sanders is going to have to throw the football.
That is a fact. Rolling.
And incomplete, well out of bounds. Third and very long coming. Shane Irwin with the pressure. Broncos sack leader from a season ago.
Sorry about that. Yeah, good redirect there by Shane Irwin on one path. Then he sees Sanders try to break contain. Does a good job of forcing this throw. Watch 55. It's a nice long hair. Squeeze it. He sees Sanders. I want to contain this great athlete. Good decision by Spencer Sanders to throw it away. Another challenging down here for this Oklahoma State offense. 3rd and 15.
Sanders trying to complete just his second pass tonight. He zips it and completes right by the sticks. Rashad Owens, redshirt freshman from San Antonio. It's just his 4th career reception.
He keyed his blocking earlier. Watch Rashad Owens push on Markel Reed, getting past the sticks. Great outcut, good spot with that ball by Spencer Sanders. All of a sudden looked like a little Brandon Weeden impression here, a little drop back passing game out of nowhere on 3rd and 15. Big time conversion.
Owens, who's a star triple jumper in the state of Texas in high school. It's the first down. On the drop. Sanders wrapped up at the 20. DJ Schramm, it's a loss of 2.
By DJ Schramm.
They were very concerned about all these matchups when you get past those starters with DJ Schramm, a backup linebacker, Riley Wimpy out in the first half. Can we tackle Spencer Sanders in space? Mission accomplished on that one.
2nd and 12 now.
Wimpy and Brandon Hawkins started in his place. Wimpy suspended in the first half after a targeting call last week.
It's been a while since Warren's carried the ball. And some early motion in the backfield, it looked like.
Yeah, you said it. Warren was a little antsy. I think it was him that jumped.
It's been a few plays.
Yeah. Come on, Spencer. I need the rock. So that's 2 just false starts by the running backs. One in an empty set and one here. He's excited to get going. Watch 7.
Prior to the ball being snapped, false start, number 90, offense. The player did not get set with all 11 players prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty.
Well, when you are here in Boise, you deal with the blue chaos. 44 false starts forced at home. Most in the FBS, if you go back to the last 2 full seasons. 3 today from this Cowboys offense. Warren brought down. Oh, he stays on his feet. But now his swarm pushed back beyond the 30. Looked like a good second effort. Scott Matlock, the first one there to push him back. It's a loss of 1.
There's a great force, and you said it, Scott Matlock. Watching interior 99. You'll see big old blue jersey coming through there. Jalen Warren avoids him and then somehow almost breaks it out. And Boise State trying to make a statement here in the gang tackle and finish, because that guy will break a bunch.
3rd and very long now for Oklahoma State. Sanders brought down. Sacked at the 35. Scott Matlock on the case. Broncos 7th tackle for a loss tonight.
Man rush right here, just an effort sack by Matlock. He showed you could stop the run. Watch 99 right there in that 3 technique outside the guard. He says, come down, I got you one-on-one. You're going to help my buddy on a pick stunt, and then just keep working. Great effort, great coverage on the back end of that. Allowed that stunt to get home.
Khalil Shakir standing inside his own 10. A little pooch punt. Long field ahead for Boise State. 21-20, Oklahoma State having a punt as Matlock, a sack and a loss of 8. Boise State trying to come back to life. Really anything from pop culture, if you put orange and blue on them, they suddenly come to life. We got Megatron. We saw Darth Vader earlier, Elvis. There was a Predator type.
There's a lot going on right there. A lot of orange stuff at this game, right?
There's Elvis in the house. inside his own 5. First play of the drive for the Broncos. Bachmeier tucks. Hit hard. Picks up a good gain on first down. Devin Harper delivers the blow after a gain of 6. Our QB comparison with just about 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. I mean, this is night and day.
Yeah, and it's just play selection, right? They've gone ground chuck for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and they're up 1. You got to tip your hat to that. But Hank Bachmeier playing efficiently.
Is forced out of bounds. We haven't had a Khalil Shakir sighting in some time, Mark. Got off to a good start. A lot of targets, early 7, in fact. That play a loss of 2.
Yep,
but we've hardly seen him since the first quarter.
Yep, they're double teaming him. They're trying to eliminate that guy from the game plan. Somebody else is going to have to beat him. Really good job of that so far.
Broncos' most explosive player on offense. So 36 coming for Boise State.
Watch the linebacker come out of the middle to come help with that safety. See 4-on-3 over that bump set.
Pressure. Incomplete. Well, there was Shakir. Pressure from Tyler Lacey. It's a 3 and out for the Broncos.
Nice job by Holmes. Christian Holmes 0. Outside in, kind of seeing the action happen. Watch his eyes come into Bachmeier. Right there. Nice job breaking on the ball. They're trying to feed him too. And here's the stunt, getting home, a little tackle twist. Lacey again on Bachmeier. Christian Holmes loving it.
First 3 and out for Boise State tonight.
Presley at 30.
Presley standing on about his own 40. He calls for the fair catch. And a short field ahead for Oklahoma State. Under 6 minutes to play the third quarter. Cowboys in front. Well, tomorrow, George Kittle leads the Niners against the Eagles, or Matt Ryan and the Falcons take on Tom Brady and the defending champion Bucks. Check local listings for the game in your area only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Tom Brady and the Bucks taking down the Cowboys. That thrilling opening kickoff game in the NFL, and he was masterful once again. Stay on the ground. Jalen Warren picks up 5. He's having a career night on the Blue. He's nearing 200 yards. He's at 180 now. Along of 75 back in the first half.
Running through that arm tackle of the would-be tackler Shane Irwin, 55. Second and exactly where they want to be.
In motion, Presley. Back to Warren. Warren trying to slither outside. Ankle tackled and now finished up high. That's a loss of 1. Shane Irwin was the finisher there. Canijo got it started.
Canijo in combination with Tyreek Jones and J.L. Skinner. Dynamic safeties. This is the unsung hero, but he does it a lot of times with his brain. Recognition of sets, splits, footwork, and another tackle for loss for Canijo. That is a TFL. We're hearing that in football. Tackle for loss. Good on defense, not good on offense.
Cowboys need 6. Sanders to pass towards the boundary, wide open and a first down. He finds Rashad Owens again. Well, Owens has been the target on third down of the second half. He picks up 18.
LaBeouf with his eyes in the backfield. Watch 22 outside. They're peeking in the backfield. I let that guy go too easily. The safety can't get over the top. Good recognition and good job getting rid of it there by Spencer Sanders.
Well, this goes to show you how beat up the receiver corps is. The Cowboys. Owens, who had 3 career receptions entering tonight, has picked up 2 critical third down completions here in the second half.
They've lined up running backs there. Just makeshift effort by this Cowboys staff. Doing a really good job.
Warren trying to find somewhere, stays on his feet, and now is finished for the loss. J.L. Skinner wraps him up by their shoelaces. It's a loss of 2.
Yeah, Skinner 0, Markel Reed 8. Great effort. This guy, you can see it takes a village to bring this guy to the ground. That's 6'4", 220 Skinner, 6'1", 190. Skinner kind of just Key's eyes in the backfield, probe through guys. Anytime 7's on the ground in the field of play is a victory for this Bronco defense.
The reverse into the hands of Presley. Presley, the wide receiver, just got lit up. J.L. Skinner laying the wood.
Just saw his range. We saw his speed earlier. His eyes seeing through things. Just an unbelievable job of seeing through. He sees the mesh and then comes back, and let's see how he fits it up. Wow.
A tackle with some hang time.
That's Brennan Presley.
Sanders on the draw. Sanders short. Fourth down coming.
Mike Gundy looks like he's bringing on the field goal team here. Yeah, 4th and a long 3. Great job competing his tail off by Spencer Sanders. That is what this Bronco Stadium crowd was waiting for.
This will be 41 yards out for Alex Hale. It's near his career long. Last year he drilled one from 44 against West Virginia. Hale with enough leg, but it's no good. He misses from 41 out.
It's been 20-7 for a long time. This stadium getting into it. It's the defense and special teams they're fired up about here in Boise.
J.L. Skinner with one of the biggest hits on this college football Saturday. We'll take a listen.
It'll be first down.
Brennan Presley. Fortunately, all right after that collision. Boise State starts on the ground. George Lonnie has had a fairly quiet performance so far tonight. He picks up 5. You know, since 6:26 of the second quarter, when Boise State drilled a field goal, and they had a 27 lead at that time, they've now run only 5 plays since then. One of them was the fumble from Holani. It was the fumble, the 3 and out, and now the first play of this drive. Second play coming. Bachmeier is brought down, wrapped up, and wrestled by Jaden Jernigan. Jernigan, who missed last year with injury, played every game as a true freshman in 2019. It's a loss of 6.
Yeah, 6'1", 285 right there over the right guard as we're looking at it. The left guard, how the quarterback does. And he just flat beats him. Great effort, making a living in the backfield right now. Garrett Curran, and they're getting his first start tonight of the year. Back in the starting line.
3rd and long now for Boise State. Buckner with time. Complete. And a first. Oh, dropped. The ball is dropped. It was Davis Cutter who had the touchdown earlier. Malcolm Rodriguez right there. And Cutter incomplete to bring on the punt team.
Yeah, great job coming inside out by Malcolm Rodriguez. Ends up as 3-on-1. Really good fit there, I think, by Hank Bachmeier. And Malcolm Rodriguez just ripped it out. That is a big-time answer. You felt a little momentum out of this crowd for Oklahoma State to get that stop right there.
Second straight 3 and out for Boise State. Under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. So Velasquez to punt things away. Presley holds on to it. We will step aside. First we had the winds, now we have the rain. We don't want to know what comes next. Under a minute to play 3rd quarter. Just started raining a few minutes ago. Spencer Sanders and the Cowboys take over. They start on the ground. Warren wrapped up from behind. That was Wimpy.
They can let this go to the quarter here if they want to. See what Coach Gundy decides. Looks like he's huddling them up, playing the fourth quarter with the lead.
On neither side scoring in the third quarter. Boise State had 2 drives, 2 3-and-outs, 3 total yards in the third quarter.
Yeah, had a couple chances for completions we saw early on that drive from Blockmeyer, but I just guarantee defensive coordinator Jim Knowles says, hey man, we're up by 1, we win this game. We're going to win this game on defense.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. I have a feeling the fourth quarter will be a good one. 21-20. Fourth quarter coming up. Cowboys and Broncos from the blue. A Buster's nothing if he's not on beat. As we get set for the fourth quarter, Oklahoma State leading by 1. I see the motion man. They hit Presley. Presley's got the first down. And dragged out of bounds. Moves the chains for the Cowboys. Pick up a 14.
Nice job by Cole Birmingham. Nice play designed by Casey Dunn, offensive coordinator. Just a little screen. Watch a left tackle work in and then get back out in front of the screener and finish on Markel Red, the corner.
Presley played in 10 games last year as a true freshman, including 118 yards and 3 scores in their bowl win over Miami.
Boise State confused on their defensive personnel.
Sanders stepping up and brought down. He had time and then it collapsed on him. Shane Irwin right there. It's a loss of 2.
They try to throw a sluggo, that slant, and go to the field. Unfortunately, it looks like Josh Sills, 70 down there, a little shaken up. And again, Shane Irwin, just great effort. Has that extra tick to get there since Spencer Sanders had to pull the ball down.
Sills first team all-conference last year. As they tend to him, we will step aside. Tonight's drive of the game is sponsored by Lincoln and the power of Sanctuary. We take you back to the final moments of the first half. And a George Holani fumble right after a lengthy touchdown drive, by the way, for Oklahoma State. Cowboys recover, and then it was Sanders who marched it in. What a swing that was. As a flag comes in.
Definitely in the holding area.
Yeah. Holding. Number 74. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Right here, 74. Good job by Matlock there, 99, getting over the top. You just got to let him go. Once he gets out leverage like that. And then Warren does something freaky.
That's a gutsy move, man. Preston Wilson, by the way, the man who committed the penalty.
Confusion on the ball placement here. And this is one of those, it's kind of third. Would be third and 1 about 12. Or second and a part of Idaho. Good chunk of Idaho. They're going to decline it, set up third down.
Boise State has elected to decline the penalty for offensive holding. It'll be third down.
Big play right here by both sides. They got this defense of Boise State has to spur this offense on. That hasn't done anything in second half.
So third and long here for Oklahoma State. Sanders designed run on third and long. He gets past midfield and then forced out of bounds.
Sanders run out of bounds.
Making 6 on the play, fourth down coming.
They got half of it back, and they're going to punt. Definitely miscommunication there on the back end. Not sure what happened there. Spencer Sanders just caught it, took off. The back was going one way. It wasn't a read, a zone read type of thing. That was the when in doubt, take off and run, it looked like. Can Shakir get one going in the special teams game?
He's inside his own 10. Simmons for a fair catch. At the 11. And we can watch out. Oof. If only they both had face masks. Ends up running full speed into our umpire, who takes it right on the chops. It has to be tended to, and he's able to walk off the field on his own, but has been taken off the field to be tended to further.
Yeah, he was trying to stay in there. He's a tough dude.
Bachmeier, crowded in the backfield. They find Shakir, makes a man miss, doesn't pick up much. Tyler Lacey right there in the face of Bachmeier, just a pickup of 1.
This Oklahoma State defense suffocating, make you earn every inch right now.
Since the George Holani fumble, look at this difference. Only 4 yards for Boise State. When the wind got taken out of the sails immediately.
Back-to-back Shakir completion set up 3rd and 1. This feels like a must-get for Boise State right now.
Bachmeier rolls, completes, has the first as he finds Riley Smith. Smith with a little bit of attitude after his 3rd catch of the year. It's a pickup of 7 and a first down for Boise State.
Good play design right here by offensive coordinator Tim Plow. Getting a little half roll, getting away from this devastating pass rush of Oklahoma State.
Shakir over there. Martin, who had a sack earlier, with applying the pressure.
These shots just keep adding up. Bachmeier taking shot after shot. A lot of these times, as a person watching the game, you see just follow that flight, but he takes a shot all the way to the ground.
Martin, a 3-time high school state champion wrestler. On the ground. To the 35. That's a pickup of 8. Habibi Likio scored a touchdown earlier, his first since transferring from Oregon to Boise State. 32.
Both teams shuttling a bunch of subs.
The sneak with ways to go for it.
Yeah, you're questioning that was understandable. Full 2 yards right there. And they just kept driving and driving and driving.
Wow, they get it.
Jake Stetz, Dante Harrington, Garrett Curran. Nice job just driving through that. And Hank Bachmeier, 6'1", 210 from Murrieta. Needed every ounce of that push. Good to see John Ajoku back in there.
This gets blown up right away, going nowhere. Colin Oliver, true freshman with high expectations. Graduated high school early to enroll ahead of schedule in Stillwater. It's a loss of 2. They empty it out. Pressure, and he doesn't feel it. He is brought down again. 3rd and very long coming. Lamont Bishop, the linebacker. It's a loss of 7.
And you said it, Jim Knowles, good design here. It looks like zone. It turns into a 6-man rush with 5 blockers, right? We talked about that earlier. 6 guys, too many. Hank Bachmeier has to recognize that and get the ball out, throw it away, or run. 3rd and a bunch.
Downfield, complete, but shy of the first down. Davis Cutter, Tanner McAllister draped all over him in coverage. Pickup of 16, the 4th down coming, and the punt team coming on.
From 3, a little hesitancy again in this crowd, not liking that call. That was a great job of finding Davis Cutter there across the middle by Bachmeier. Had nice protection, but again, the key there, the 2nd down sack, taking the sack. He's got to do a little bit better job of getting the ball out of his hands on the perimeter. Back to that quick game stuff he did a nice job with. Jim is finding a lot of answers against this Boise State offense.
Still standing in zone 15. Signals for the fair catch. We talked about it at the very start of this one. This Cowboy defense trying to set the tone early this season for Oklahoma State. Cowboys trying to get to 3-0 going through the blue. Bachmeier had as efficient of a first quarter as you could really hope for. 12 for 15, a score. Since then, 8 for 14, sacked 3 times.
Yeah, Jim Knowles, credit to this Oklahoma State unit, has shut him down, and they've just done a great job on 1st down. Is really they're doing a bunch of their damage. And Boise State, again, they don't want to get in a drop-back contest with anybody.
Sanders will give to Warren. Warren picks up 6 and is inching closer to 200 yards on the blue tonight.
And on the flip side of that, Oklahoma State doing a nice job of managing the tempo. Not going crazy with the tempo right here. They're simulating the snap. Takes a little more time off that play clock. Grind down that clock. Rest your defense.
To Warren, big hole. Bounces out past the 30. He's got a Cowboys 1st down.
Yeah, you said it. Great cutback by Jalen Warren, and then a physical run through that arm tackle of J.L. Skinner. Had a big hit earlier. Watch the eyes, watch the vision, stay square. That means you can go anywhere. You can press it vertically, bounce it to the left, or in that case, bounce it back all the way to the right. So a big 1st down game keeps the clock turning.
Warren now at 193 yards. A chance for more. He falls forward past the 40. Skinner brings him down, but not after a pickup of 6. Well, the formula's been pretty simple tonight offensively for Oklahoma State.
Boise State, you have to see them kind of take more air out of this, get these defenders a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, challenging Spencer Sanders again to beat them, throwing the football, and get more bodies to get Jalen Warren on the ground.
45th run of the night for Oklahoma State, as Jalen Warren, the Utah State transfer, is now over 200 yards, plus 2 touchdowns. Third and 1. Well, they push forward.
7-15, and what will be counting as soon as they move the chains. Mike Levy is loving what he's seeing out of this run game.
Fresh set of downs for the Cowboys as we make our way inside 7 minutes. Warren, big hole, bruising forward inside of Boise State territory.
You just wonder again where this was the last 2 weeks. Part of that certainly is Spencer Sanders and a commitment to going with Jalen Warren. But watch this crease. Great job on the backside there. Again by the Cowboy back. Tight end to you and me, Braden Cassidy. And another 7-yard chunk.
Dominic Richardson, the running back now. And keep in mind, they averaged fewer than 2 yards a carry week 1 against an FCS opponent in Missouri State. Last week, they averaged barely 3 yards a carry and a win against Tulsa. And tonight, they run a rough shot. Play action. Incomplete. Looking for Rashad Owens. 3rd and 3 coming.
This is exactly what we just talked about, bringing some pressure to add another body in the box and force Spencer Sanders to become, if it is in the RPO world, to do the P part of that, which is pass it, and they just dropped it. It looked like he made a great throw. There's that edge pressure. And Rashad Owens just can't finish the deal right there. Big 3rd down. Every 3rd down is going to be big from here on out.
Richardson. He stumbled up and stopped shy of the marker. Obucherry right there. Divine Obucherry swimming through the blue. 4th down.
Divine here. A big run stop right here is Divine for this Bronco defense. Now they got to play cleanly on special teams, both sides. They've had some big impact plays both for and against one another early on in their seasons. Great execution on that coffin corner punt.
Perfect. And the 6. Boise State needed a stand. They got a long field ahead. Neither team has scored since halftime. Broncos running out of time. Cowboys leading by 1, and for Hank Bachmeier, who got off to such a fantastic start in the first quarter, he has been under duress since.
Yeah, just a ton of shots. It's been in the pass game. It's been in the run game. They've done a nice job changing things up, both from a coverage standpoint, a pressure standpoint. Right there, they're moving the front and getting to Bachmeier. That was a 0 blitz and creating a big negative play on 2nd down. That's a strike.
He finds Shakir and a big play that they have been missing in the second half.
Any points here, if you take inventory, right? Both teams have 3 timeouts. Any points on this drive, you're loving it, Boise State. Just go back to your base game plan, the stuff that you love going into this game, and execute.
That's a connection for 19 yards. Bachmeier rolls, sets his feet, heaves downfield, and it is intercepted by the Cowboys. Colby Harvell-Peel. He was the only man around.
Had a little double move on the outside, and Bachmeier just too much air. Watch Colby Harvell-Peel will come up from the backside hash, becomes the center fielder. Bachmeier doesn't anticipate him being able to cover that much ground. Just way too much air on that ball, too far to the inside. They changed up the front look, but that was just all on the location. Had to lead cutter outside away from Harvell-Peel.
2 takeaways tonight for this Cowboys defense. Their first interception on the year.
Now exactly what we just said. Any points by Oklahoma State, and that feels insurmountable. Boise State still has 3 timeouts. 4:51. We'll talk about those soon.
Yeah, they're going to run this as much as they can. Warren once again. He picks up 2. Inside 5 minutes. Both defenses have pitched a shutout of the second half.
Yeah, they've just settled down. It's been just a defensive slugfest. Obviously some opportunities offensively that they have missed, but not right now. Craven and company up front. Got to be run-stopping machines. Get Spencer Sanders on the ground if he's a puller. And get a shot for their offense.
Warren brought down by 2. Ezekiel Noah, one of them. 3rd down coming now. Inside 4 minutes.
Skinner coming from the top down. Noah coming from that backside backer position. There's 7. combining for the stop. We'll keep working this clock. Keep working the clock here for Spencer Sanders. Talk to your O-line a little bit.
Back to Warren. He is met and brought down well shy. The ball is out. Broncos have it. They've got a scoop, and they have got a score. A flag is out. It is Wimpy who forced it. Skinner who took it back, but a flag is out.
I think they're going to call him down. And obviously now we'll come into when did the whistle blow? We certainly can't hear that.
Ruling on the field if the runner was down prior to the ball coming loose. It's 4th down, Oklahoma State.
But it's still a stop. It's still 4th down, and I'm sure we'll see and take a look here. Wimpy can't see the right knee there. The left knee definitely was not down. But where's that right knee? Riley Wimpy, who did not play in the first half due to that targeting ruling from last week. And Dean Blandino, we're going to have a tough one here.
It's close. It's that right elbow that hits the ground. Is the ball coming out before the elbow hits? Now, the officials ruled the runner down, so the best Boise can do is get the recovery. There is a clear recovery, but they will not get an advance if replay ultimately determines this is a fumble.
The runner down prior to the ball coming loose is under further review.
If it's the elbow, Dean, that ball's out. Right?
Sure.
That ball's, I think the thing that it'll be interesting if they can see that right knee, which on that last look, I think that was a fumble. And now this Boise crowd and Andy Avalos are going to say, hey, where's the eat the whistle, let it play out? That's a game changer right there that would have been a touchdown. Watch the right knee. Nothing down. Nothing down.
That's a clear fumble.
That's out.
Dean, what's the perspective here from the officials? Looks like we're going to get a call. Dean, in terms of letting the play go on without blowing it dead, and obviously impacts things greatly here.
Yeah, you want to be 100% sure. If you want to see it, you want to be decisive. But if you're not sure, let it play out. Obviously, someone saw that the runner was down, but obviously from these replays, you can see, especially that one from behind, the ball's out before the elbow. So this should go to Boise, but again, you don't get the return because the original ruling on the field was down.
Right. Well, Dean, we appreciate it. This has been an early season by this Boise State defense defined by turnovers. In fact, they've been one of the best teams in the nation in takeaways. 8 takeaways over the first 2 games, tied for 2nd in the country. 5 picks, 3 fumble recoveries.
Yeah, right there. Coach Avalos again going, hey, man, all you guys talk about is not blowing the whistle, not blowing the whistle.
The ball came loose prior to the knee of the runner being on the ground. At the spot of recovery, the play was blown dead. Boise State will have the ball 1st down at the 41-yard line.
They say 4th down? First down, right?
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 3 minutes and 22 seconds.
It is Broncos ball.
3:22.
Yeah, first and 10. We had a little miscommunication in the booth there. Defensive coordinator Jim Knowles has pitched a shutout since it was 20-7.
Under 3.5 to play. Play action. They set up the tunnel screen. They've got it to Evans. Evans has enough for the 1st down.
Nice design right there, using Shakir really as a decoy. Right, he's a marked man in coverage. Sometimes I can soften 2 guys. He's blocking on the screen. Nice 1st down gain.
Pressure. Brought down again. Brought Martin. Flag comes in.
Brock Martin, unbelievable effort again. Talking about the timing of a hit for a roughing the passer type situation, or we'll find out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 9, defense, no hit on the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Costly penalty.
Let's take a look here. Oklahoma State coaches on the sideline obviously not liking this call. Brockmeyer, you can see scanning, great effort, a low hit. That's what they're calling low hit. So they're discussing right there in that two-man huddle. Was he blocked into him? Was he thrown into him? That's certainly what Coach Gundy is arguing about. That's a tough one again. Brock Martin, he's not a dirty player, guys. He's just an effort guy. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Gundy's beside himself.
They are in field goal range for the Broncos, and so they're in decision mode right here. Do we grind it out and try to win it with the kick? I'd certainly rather score a touchdown or end the game with a field goal as time expires.
Motion cutter. Pressure again and incomplete. Jason Taylor that time with the pressure.
Yeah, Bachmeier, again, as you said, Taylor, Martin, Evers, Jernigan, Lacey, all getting shots on Bachmeier. That one's high, clean.
He has been beat up since the start of the second quarter.
Oklahoma State again with all 3 timeouts. Based on what happens, the second down play, third down play, Mike Gundy's thinking about how he can get the ball back to his offense should they score at the most amount of time. And there's 4 on the play clock.
And they call timeout. They'll use their first. 2:46 to play.
Play clock expiring. Boise State takes their first charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds in late.
Andy Avalos and Boise State and Broncos Nation, they have been circling this date on the calendar for years. This home and home with Oklahoma State was booked back in 2013 and 2018. It was the Cowboys who took it to the Broncos in Stillwater. And Boise State a chance tonight to take down a Power 5 team on their home turf. And you look at the highest winning percentage in the nation since 2000. No home field advantage greater than right here in Boise.
Coach Gundy's still hot about that roughing the passer call. You can understand what he's saying about the right tackle. And again, this Bronco fan base and Andy Avalos are saying, hey, we had a scoop and score that should have been a touchdown, had the defensive pass interference in the first half. All surely to be talked about for a long time after this.
Yeah, the PI led directly to a touchdown for Oklahoma State.
Man rush. Pretty pressure.
Shakir trying to turn upfield and ripped out of bounds. Pulled down out of bounds by Christian Holmes. Trying to get the ball in the hand of their playmaker.
And the key there, as you said, for Mike Gundy, out of bounds. So that stops the clock right here until the ball's replaced. Good job in space getting Shakir on the ground. Bunch of great defensive back play today, man. This is two talented groups. Physical, fast, can cover. Christian Holmes sideline to sideline right there.
3rd and 9 now. Play action pressure coming. Unloads end zone. Overthrown for Shakir. Tight coverage. McAllister right there. Pressure from Devin Harper. And it's 4th and long.
Defensive coordinator Jim Knowles again. 3rd and 9. 2nd and 9. Blitz, blitz, blitz. Trusting those guys in the back end. Watch the coverage here. Little 2-on-2 battle. Tanner McAllister, their best nickel safety corner. He's really a slightly bigger corner. And again, taking a shot in the gut from Devin Harper.
This will bring on Jonah Dalmas for the lead. This is from 36 out. Dalmas has it knuckle on him, and he misses. Tipped at the line, possibly. It's no good with 2:05 to play. Oklahoma State blocked a field goal in the opener against Missouri State. Let's see if somebody got their hand on this.
I think so. I think it's just low and kind of, let's take a look here. 25, 95 might have a shot at it.
Yes,
he did.
Jason Taylor.
6 foot. Looked like it was left. It was definitely low. Boise State, Oklahoma State cannot run the clock out just yet. Have to get 1 first down in the timeout stopping battle.
Well, the cuticles of Jason Taylor could be the difference maker in this game tonight.
30 seconds in late.
Second down with play division.
That brings on, as the timeout from Boise State, our Old Trapper Smokin' Player of the Game, sponsored by Old Trapper. What's your beef? Jalen Warren, a career high in carries and yards, a couple of scores. This one from 75 yards out.
Yeah, one from 75 and a 7-yard per carry average. Probably not too much debate among the Old Trapper voters on that one. But it's not over yet, but a ton of credit to Mike Gundy and his coaching staff without essentially 4 starters and their skill guys doing what they've done in Boise tonight. Very impressive. But the job's not done.
Back to Warren. 3rd and long coming.
We'll take another timeout.
Boise State takes their 3rd and final charge timeout of the half.
3rd down here.
30 seconds in late.
With that's Boise State's final timeout. They'll run the ball. This is where Mike Gundy will let it go all the way out, bang on timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. So you're looking at, after the punt exchange, probably just slightly under a minute, right around a minute.
Well, that is Jason Taylor. Now, last week, he had a pick 6 called back because of a defensive penalty. He has 2 career touchdown returns, one on a fumble, the other on an onside kick. And Taylor coming up big on special teams here on the blue.
Yeah, perfect timing to, as you said, that is a fingernail. That's a glove extent. If that's an extra large glove instead of a double X. We're seeing the flight of that ball.
3rd and long now. Broncos need a stop. Sanders floats it. Sanders completes it. What a catch. It is a catch inbounds. Cole Cabanis. They dial up Cole Cabanis when they need a completion more than any other time.
I'm not joking here. Talk to me, Aaron. That guy's 9th on the depth chart. The 9th receiver on the depth. Of course, on 3rd and 7 for the ball game, you throw it to number 37, Cole Cabanis.
Incredible. Just a rainbow, and Cabanis adjusts on it and moves the chains.
Ton of trust, Mike Gundy and Spencer Sanders and Cole Cabanis.
Cole Cabanis. And Jason Taylor II helped seal this one for the Cowboys.
Just a great location with that ball. There's nothing Markel Reed 8 could have done with that location kind of a little rhythm back shoulder. And I guarantee he wasn't looking at his, scouting report for Cale Cabanis.
No, we showed the home winning percentage for Boise State since 2000. Looking at it from another perspective, they're 123-10 on their home turf since 2000. Only their 11th loss.
It's going to be one more snap under 40. The officials are going to tell Spencer Sanders, hey, just don't do that. Mike Gundy's complained about that, but this is where you create some issues. He was kind of taking his time there, taking a knee, but it's one snap.
Boise State
flight back to Stillwater.
Broncos scoreless since the 6:26 marker of the second quarter. I'm not sure if this is a direct flashbacks to the opening game at UCF when Boise State got out to an early lead and let it slip away.
That feels the same, right? Big pick 6 in that game. In this game, it was a throw and a catch for a touchdown.
Oklahoma State comes to the blue, and they win in a way that we just are not used to seeing Cowboy football win ball games.
251 rush yards, 68 rush yards for Boise State, 87 yards passing. A couple of big-time forced fumbles, a couple of calls that will be discussed a lot tonight. What a great battle by two coaches that are coaching at their alma mater.
Jason Taylor II, number 25. This would have been the go-ahead field goal from 36 out. And he got just enough to redirect. Oklahoma State's second block field goal already this year. And then Cabanis, who? Cole Cabanis with the dagger.
Credit to the SIDs from Oklahoma State. They came in before the game and said, hey, we might get to these two guys. And Cale Cabanis just set off a party in Stillwater.
What a win for Oklahoma State. Coming up next, we'll send it to the studio for post-game coverage right after this quick commercial break. What a ball game. For Coach Mark Helfrich, I'm Aaron Goldsmith. So glad you could be with us tonight from Boise. It's a final score. Oklahoma State comes to the blue, and they win it 21-20.